Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Contest of Speed from a damp-looking Canada. We're here for the Americas Tier 1 for the final race of the week here. My name is Dan, I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sat alongside me is Pure Blades.
Hello mate, hello. Hello to all of you lovely viewers.
It's nice to have everyone back where they're supposed to be. We're only missing one man this evening. I think that's Callie we're missing. I can't see his name there, so it is Callie we're missing. In the Haas, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, Callie in the Haas is the one man missing from tonight's driver lineup. Everyone else is here and raring to go. Early favourites are of course the two Ferraris, the two Mercedes, but we've got one man returning who might want to come back with a bang, and that's Blank in the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Blank obviously been away for a long time. Was meant to start the season in the Alfa, but was unfortunately busy, so massive welcome back to racing.
Yeah. It's good to have him back. He'll also be jumping into Tier 2 as well, taking over from Sergey in the Toro Rosso, who has decided to leave Contest of Speed. We wish him all the best. But let's move on and find who is out on track at the moment. A lot of guys going out early, so I wonder if we're going to get some heavier rain approaching at some point. They're going to want to try and get some laps in early.
I know Mitch was saying he hadn't done any laps in the wet, so this could be a disastrous qualifying.
It could be, and he is, I think, the first man on track.
He is, he will lead down the back straight. So.
Yeah, so I wonder... I wonder if he's going to stay out, get a couple of laps in. See how... Although, to be fair, if it's a dry race, maybe not. So we'll keep you informed once we get some weather updates. And I've just realised I've not set my audio properly, so bear with me, everybody. Apologies for this. That needs to go to there, and we need to crank that up a couple of notches. That should be more like it.
Everything sorted, Dan?
Certainly is.
Wonderful.
So, no housekeeping issues to deal with, I don't think, before we start. No one has a ban as far as I'm aware. All these guys behaved themselves last time out. So we can just enjoy the drive.
I will try and get some weather updates for you, Dan.
Let's see what you can find.
Who's still in the garage? Alfredo
DTN at the minute. And Raycon as well. Everybody else is out on track. And we've got Mitch as the first man to set a time. He'll be coming through now. Well done, Titchy. Yes, we can all see. Jay was the first man across. Beg your pardon. Mitch beats his time though. 120.0 for Mitch. Wingett goes ahead with the 120.0 even. Mitch was 120.4. DK comes in P3. I'm going to jump across to Blank though in the Alfa Romeo. He'll be starting his first qualifying lap of the season. Takes a deep line into one. He's going to have to go tight for two, but should get a better exit. And someone's put it in the wall, I think, at the end of Sector 2. Sure.
May have been Fredo, but I don't know. No, it wasn't. I don't know who it was.
To be fair, if it's someone on an outlap, they might just be getting out of the way. Blank has invalidated his time, so he's backed out of that lap. Let's move on to somebody else. Let's go to Baker in the Williams. He's just really struggling.
No, I just wonder if Blank's going to go again, and I think he is.
Yeah, he should be able to if he's got enough fuel on board. The two Red Bulls there of Perry and Stonewall Seth look like there might be a little bit of towing going on here.
I think Seth's just too far away for it.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Either that or he's perfectly timed it so that they don't suffer with the dirty air. Here we go though, here comes Perry. Perry goes quickest, 19.3. Juventus into third place, 19.6. Mitch up to second with a 19.4.
We might get the crazy Juventus fans in from last week.
Maybe.
Which would be nice. Boost the viewership, you know.
We do have a lot of Canadian drivers in tonight. So Blank is one, and Arbas, so both Alfa Romeo boys at their home Grand Prix. Juventus, as we've said already. Mitch, believe it or not, this is closer to Mitch's home race than his actual home race is. I don't know if he's counting it as one or not.
This is true.
Let's go on for our championship leader then, Alp in the Mercedes. Mitch goes quickest with a 19.1 on his third lap on the Inters. Those tyres getting better as you go, and that's not unusual for the two wet compounds of tyre. And Alp's backed out this time.
Horrible camera angle. Watching Alp go around down that straight. It stuck with the camera from the grandstand for
yeah,
turn
he just
5.
went through the back of him. He's backed out of his lap, but Blank is going to start another lap.
And if you just look at P15 down, Grug's king on the wet tyre.
Yeah, well spotted. Although it looks as though it's drying out rather than getting wetter, so maybe they know something we don't.
Maybe indeed.
Maybe. We'll soon find out.
Just see. Whenever Mitch comes in, I'll ask him, because I know Mitch will tell me.
Yeah, Mitch is often good with stuff like that. Much more tidy this time from Blank. He's pushing hard.
Mitch is in, so...
Oh, big slide from the Alpha, but he's holding it. Drifting through Sector 2. Middle sector time of 49.2. I don't know where that puts him. Heading down towards the final corner and the wall of champions. Let's ride on board, see how close he gets. He thought to cut that first curb quite a lot. Stays well clear of the wall.
Mitch confirms dry race.
Dry race. Blank 20.6 puts him P7. So this is dry race. All of these guys will be out on dry setups. Blank is going again though, so we'll stay with him.
And I think he... Oh no. That looked like an invalidation, but...
He's still going, I think. Marginally slower through Sector 1, but he can claw that back if he gets a good Sector 2, especially with where he was drifting through before. Much better this time from Blank. This could be a 10th or 2 up, I think. 4 tenths nearly up on his previous best. So far he's looking at P6. Unless he improves any further. Oh, Dominic's back, yes!
Dominic was there last week as well with all the crazy Juventus fans.
Yes!
I think Juventus has inherited Cookie's grandstand from last season.
I think you're right. Blank good through the final corner. See, can he break into the 19s? Not quite. 20.3. Keeps himself P8, but he's consolidated that position. Let's jump back up now that Dominic's here. And see Juventus, he's coming across to start his lap. 19.6 his current best. He's going to have to take half a second off that if he wants to take pole position off his teammate.
was a cracking early lap from Mitch. I
It
don't
was,
think many people are going to get near it.
I don't know. Have you got
was
some wing coming off?
Point,
yeah. Who's that? Is that Slater or Jay?
That was Jay. Slater's finishing his lap.
So wing damage for Jay. And Juventus has backed out of that lap, so I don't know if he invalidated or...
Maybe he had to brake to get out of the way of
maybe,
Jay.
yeah.
I don't know.
Boddard up to P4, 19.7. Great lap from him. Let's have a look at the undercut in the Sister Williams. A man who gets a tank slapper out of the final corner. Yeah, the undercut's one of those drivers I would have expected to do better than he has done so far this season.
Yeah, he showed glimpses of
real pace,
really
and he's just been unlucky in a lot of races. You know, he's early damage or retirement, or just getting caught up in traffic. He's just not been able to show what he's made of.
Strategy not working out for him sometimes, especially with the traffic. Oh, and he hits the wall there, so I wasn't expecting to keep going.
He's 2/10 up, and I think that might be an invalidation on the inside, but he's still pushing. 6.5 minutes to go in qualifying.
And I think he's saving all his overtake for the back. Oh, never mind, he's back down.
Yeah, he has.
If I speak, I'll be in trouble, so...
Yeah, you don't want to curse too many people. Raidcon in the McLaren managed to get himself... where did he come on Monday? Did he get a podium on Monday? No, not quite. Not quite. I think he got P4, P5 on Monday in Tier 3.
Mate, I wasn't there, so...
Went along and went on a one-stop strategy.
Talking of strategy, what do you think we'll see with these guys obviously having the choice of tyres?
Mitch, quickest to 18.7. He's putting the hammer down now.
He certainly is. He's going for another one, I think.
Yeah, he should do. Those tyres will only get better from there. We'll jump across to him in just a minute. Strategy-wise, I'm not sure. If it was me, depending on where you qualify, actually. I mean, if you're at the front, you probably want to go mediums to hards, just because...
Well, you don't have to break through traffic. You've got more of a guaranteed sort of place at the front.
I think top 6 or 7 would probably start on mediums. A couple of guys behind them maybe on the softs, and then the latter third to half maybe on the mediums as well. It just depends.
I would go with a 2-stop if you lower down, like you say, and then just try and push at the end on the fresher mediums.
Oh, Raycon, big crash, big crash.
Where was that?
Coming out of turn 5 towards turn 6.
I can see it.
Yeah, big crash for Raycon.
Or his right rear, should I say, up on the car.
He got a big tank slapper coming out of there. Lost the back end on acceleration.
He's right on the apex of that corner.
But we're on board with Fenrique. This is where Blank... Oh, Fenrique nearly does the same! But Blank lost it here on the right hand side, hit the wall, and then spun back across the track. We saw it on stream. Fenrique lucky to not have the same fate, so people struggling with traction. Obviously with the dry setups, that's going to play their part. Let's go back to Juventus then.
I don't think this is getting any drier, so...
No, I think, yeah, the rain's still coming down, so...
Out for the 1:18.9. Pushing Mitch's times, but
yes, 2/10 down. Alp will go again. Mitch sat in the pits. He knows what he needs to do. Perry's got himself up to 3rd. Juventus, little clip of the wall there.
I saw that as a switchback.
He's still pushing though, and he'll get another couple of laps in if he's got enough fuel on board. He's backed out of this one, I think. Although he's still pushing hard, so maybe not. We'll stay with him. See how the lap finishes. through the final corner, pushes for the line. 19.4 for Juventus. It is an improvement. Not enough to take him above Perry though. He's still got 2 tenths to find. He's coming out just ahead of his teammate, which is good. Be able to push on.
He's going to go again.
And Mitch might be able to get a toe off him next time around. If he needs one, of course. I don't think he does. Arbar jumps up to P5 in the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, bit of a slide for Juventus coming through turn 6.
Yeah, we had a great shot of that from the helicopter. And he's backed out of that one.
Let his teammate go.
Releases Mitch.
And that does surprise me.
It
I
doesn't
thought the
mean.
Ferrari boys had perfectly executed that.
I think you've
Mitch to get a toe.
Yeah, I think Juventus is going to just back out of it, save the ERS. He might, if he's lucky, get 2 runs left if he's got enough fuel.
Yeah, about 2 minutes left to quali now with the glitch. So.
Yeah, if we've got the glitch, we might not.
It is temperamental.
Yeah. So who's in trouble then? We've got Fenrique, no lap yet. King, no lap yet, and DTN. Jay, what are you doing? Someone just
reverses the pit lane.
He did. There's a qualifying ban coming for you next. He's done a Steve, and we caught you. That's a penalty coming your way, and we've got men out on the dry tyres.
Who is it?
We've got no one on track just yet, but Baker and Alp have put on the soft tyre.
And I don't think it's going to be worth much.
I don't think it's
not going to get back out on track.
No, I don't think it's worth them qualifying on it, to be honest. But Alp has gone out on him. We'll ride on board, see how he's going. DRS is enabled. This could be. The thing is, this could work against them in terms of strategy, because if they qualify them, they'll have to start on them.
No, I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to be able to put a lap together.
He's got to get round first, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Mitch is still pushing on. I don't know what his split was. Comes Mitch. 18.3, improves massively.
And really does need to push now.
He's not made it round. Alp's not made it round.
We didn't get the glitch.
No, no glitch. Mitch will be able to go again. Perry's backed out of his lap. He's lost it at turn 5 by the look of things. Was up in sector 1.
Unless Arbar can put something on the board now, he's 5 tenths up.
That'll put him ahead of Alp as it stands. Fenrique goes second, doing the one-shot quali. Great job from him, 18.6. Arbar now towards the line. At his home race, can he give himself a chance of victory? Puts himself third, 18.9.
Splits the Mercedes.
Certainly does. Juventus is out in P6. Perry, we know, has finished his lap. Wing it. Is he the next man across the line? Or is it Slater or Blank?
It's Blank.
Blank.
Well, he does improve, but won't be enough to...
Yeah, not enough to take him any more places. Here comes Slater. P5. Pushes Juventus down again. Wing it now, the only man to improve. Goes P8. So the only man...
That's a good quality for Slater.
It is.
Obviously
Mitch.
having the best of seasons, as I mentioned last night. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see him up there.
Mitch improved it on that
points.
second lap, by the way, just to reaffirm his dominance at the top of the field.
So there's your pole time, 118.3 in the wet.
Great job from Mitch.
And in all honesty, if Alp managed to get back round, if he'd made that decision a bit earlier, I think he would have been starting on the softs, because that track looked like it looked bone dry as bitches going round it.
Yeah, he would have had an opportunity, but unfortunately, not to be. He's going to start P4. But Mitch, Fenrique and Arbar are your top three. Alp, as we've said already, in P4. Big Slater P5, best quality this season so far, if I'm not mistaken. Perry will start in 6th after knackering his final lap. Juventus P7, he'll be disappointed. Couldn't quite string a quick lap together, he's over a second off the pace. Wingit, Podhod and Stonewall Seth make up the top 10. As we move to race day. And the weather should be dry if everything we've been told is correct. And indeed it is. Look at that glorious sunshine over Montreal.
And a lovely day to go racing.
It certainly is. Whilst we're waiting for these guys to get themselves all set up, I'm going to do some plugs.
Oh, he loves his plugs.
I do love a good plug. So, if you are from the Americas region, be it north or south or central, and you want to race for Contest of Speed, no we don't, and you want to race for Contest of Speed, make sure you get in touch with us. We're looking for new drivers for a new tier starting next season, so that will be around about the end of March and the beginning of April. That tier will start, so you've got plenty of time to get yourself up to speed. If you feel like you want to race but aren't quick enough to match these guys, you've got plenty of time to practice. Make sure you get in touch. Also, if you are from South Africa or Australia as well, those are areas we're looking to move into with more tiers. So same for you, if you're interested in driving, make sure you get in touch. We also need commentators from all three of those areas, all three of those regions. So if that interests you and you like doing what I'm doing and sitting down and watching these poor people make fools of themselves on track every week.
Us making fools of ourselves in the commentary box every week.
That's the one.
Let's not forget.
Yeah, we're not bulletproof either. If that interests you, get in touch. If you have any sort of skill that you think might be useful to Contest of Speed, get in touch. Video editing, photo editing, the works, whatever it is, you get in touch with us if you want to help out. All skills are welcome. So let's see the tyre choices that people have gone for, and it's a real mixed bag. We've got all three compounds on show. So we have Mitch. I was
about to say that.
Mitch and Fenrique on the medium tyres on the front row. Then you've got Arbar on the softs. Alp, Slater and Perry on the mediums. Juventus has gone soft, so the Ferrari's splitting their strategies. Wingit, Bodhod on the mediums, Stonewall Seth and Baker on the softs, Undercut medium, Blank on the softs, DK, Forza Fredo on the mediums, J on the hards, DTN on the softs, Grugrox King and Raycon on the mediums.
Yeah, in all honesty, I can't see the advantage of starting on the hards for Jay.
I don't know, I mean, you're going to have a lot more guys starting on the medium than you would normally, so it could work out for him. It just depends when he decides to stop. I mean, what are we thinking? Around lap 20?
Depends what he wants to do with this strategy. I mean, if he goes hard to mediums, those mediums are going to be getting in puncture territory.
I mean, it depends. If he's going,
he says hard to soft, but I'm not sure I'm that optimistic.
No, if he's going hard to soft, then he's going to have to get to lap 25 minimum, which I don't think it's going to happen for him, to be honest. But we'll find out as the drivers form up.
With cold tyres? Is that Wingit and Bodhod?
It is.
So
naughty on the formation. It used to be a penalty for getting disqualified in the formation lap, and then we realised that cold tyres was penalty enough. But let's get ready to go racing in Canada. The Ferrari of Mitch on pole. 5 lights. Out they go, and away we go. Fenrique gets a lightning start and is going to jump Mitch if he doesn't squeeze him into that turn 1. Fenrique gets him on the inside of turn 2, but Mitch defends hard, but he shouldn't be able to hold that, I don't think, and the Mercedes of Fenrique will take the lead. As the inside of turn 3, he takes it. Arbar holds P4, Alp has dropped down behind Slater for P5, Juventus up to 6th. But at the front, it's a Mercedes leading the Ferraris here.
And I wonder what happened to Perry off the line.
He only dropped one place, so I think it might just be a poor start.
Yeah.
He's now back ahead of Alp. Alp's dropping rapidly. Maybe not a good formation lap for Alp. Maybe he's got cold tyres. Because he's under pressure now from Wingett, and Wingett's going to go down the inside, forces Alp deep, and he's now going to be under pressure from Bodhod as well.
Obviously Wingett and Bodhod we know had cold tyres, so something must be going wrong for Alp.
Yeah.
For him to be getting pushed by them this early.
Yeah, poor start from him. Meanwhile, the front group of cars, we've got Arbar clipping the wall of the champions there. Fenrique leads us onto lap 2. Mitch close behind. I don't think Mitch will be too disappointed at this early stage. He knows his start is one of the weakest parts of his driving.
But the strongest part of his driving is, of course, not getting penalties, which could be a problem around there for other drivers.
That's true. Mitch, one of the cleanest drivers we know, along with the two-spell wizard.
Who unfortunately couldn't join us tonight.
What's he doing tonight? Is he on Pokemon again?
He said he was coming on GTA with me at 10, but I was asleep, so... if I was awake and I was doing this, I probably could have got him in the box. Yeah. But...
Juventus up to P5, he's got himself ahead of Perry. And he's now hunting down the racing point of Big Slater, who is in turn on the back of Arbar, who's dropped away from Mitch drastically on this lap. I wonder if did he get wing damage from clipping the wall of champions first time through? No, not quite.
No.
But here we can see the pace of Mitch starting to come to the fore. Jay's in the pits. Is that wing damage? Can you just have a look?
Yep. I think they're getting a new wing ready. There's a new wing going on that racing point. So poor start for Jay again.
What tyres has he gone on to? Let's have a look. Medium tyres for Jay, so he should be able to two-stop from here. We'll go on to another set of mediums maybe, but...
certainly not what he wanted starting on the hards.
No, but he's got them out of the way, so he didn't have to go on a slower tyre again.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So.
Perry has managed to get himself back ahead of Juventus into the hairpin. Takes the opportunity. Will he have DRS to escape? Or will Juventus have it? Indeed he does. Perry gets it off Slater, so there's going to be a DRS train forming. Behind Slater, Alp gets ahead of Wingett behind, tucks in front for the hairpin. Having a chicane even.
I do that all the time, mate.
Wingett's into the pits.
Wing damage. Wing damage.
Wing damage for Wingett, and the soft tyres going on the Renault, so he's going to go for a short stint, maybe come back in for the hards and go to the end. I'm not so sure.
Oh no, never mind, it's just a glitch.
No, what were you getting?
I was going to say he was held in the pits, but he wasn't.
No. Alright. And Jay is the first man on the naughty step for penalties.
And that was the final chicane, so...
Yeah, this track it is one of the circuits that gives you the most penalties out of everything. I'm not so sure actually. I think this is up there. I think there's a couple of others that are really penalty heavy. Hungary can be quite heavy.
Whenever I talk about Russia, it breaks my heart. Should have been points.
Should have been. Mitch all over the back of Fenrique, who's looking... The back end of that Mercedes is not looking planted.
I was going to say, it was looking a bit squirrely.
He's under pressure from Mitch. He's holding him there. They seem pretty evenly matched, these two, at the minute.
The two Mercedes on the same strategy, so...
Well, Fenrique's leading.
He's not going to get that blocker of Alp.
No, but he will. Well, it depends, you know. I mean, one of them might be on a two-stop and one on a one. You never know. We look backwards from Mitch.
Could be quick for Alp.
At Arbar.
Obviously a really quick driver, so if he's back there, he might want to switch to the two-stop. So I'll try and make the places up towards the end.
Yeah, could do.
On the softer tyre.
Forza Fredo's in the pits. And he's now out.
And I'll be battling with Jay.
Yeah, he's come out ahead of him on the fresh set of soft tyres for Forza Fredo.
So it seems like a lot of these guys who are getting damage early are just going on the softs and
yeah, trying to minimise the damage. Yeah, it's probably your best bet, and then hoping for a safety car to pull you back into contention. Alpine Juventus. Juventus is in. Early stop for Juventus. That's going to be a 2-stop then. Onto the mediums goes the Ferrari man. Clean stop. And away he goes.
Maybe just not feeling confident on the soft.
Well, no, you can 2-stop from lap 5, which is where he finished with those tyres. So
I'm just thinking though, could have gone 2 more laps.
Well, we'll see what he's going for strategy-wise. I mean, the undercut is strong here as well, and I suppose if he's going to try and leapfrog Arbar, which is doable from where he was. Stonewall Seth looks like he has issues. Ran wide, I think, and has lost a bunch of places. Is there any wing damage on the Red Bull? We'll find out in a second when we get a better camera angle.
No, there isn't.
No. I'm interested to see when Arbar stops though.
We had this issue with the Williams last night, not being able to see if there was an end point off.
Got some strategy talk in the chat going on between Matrix and Dominic. Arbar's probably the kingmaker at the minute between the two out in front, although he's losing ground rapidly, so if he's going to go for an undercut he needs to come in this time round, I think, because he's now starting to get caught up with the likes of Perry behind him.
Those tyres just going to be going now, so...
Yeah, and then he's dragging Slater and Alp with him, and Alp's now looking racy. He's got those mediums up to temperature, he's feeling comfortable.
Certainly is, managed to get his place back.
He's burnt a lot of VRS though to get himself into right up close to the back of the racing point. And Arbar's carrying on, and I think this could be it for him. I think Perry's going to get him this time around.
Yeah, definitely. The tyres have definitely crossed over now. Medium's now the strongest. Softs are just going to be.
Or maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he's not come in. Blank's come in for his stop. Got 5 seconds stop. Go for his trouble. And he's going on to the hard, so he's going to the end. And I wonder.
Wing change.
And a wing change as well. I wonder whether both Alphas are going to do that.
The end.
Yeah, I think Arbar stayed out too long now to try. Perry's going to go for a move around the outside though. And if I'm him,
he might have to give that one back.
I would give that one back. All 4 wheels were off the track for that one. And Arbar did leave him space. It might just
be a gradual thing. Because I don't think Perry wants to give the position back to Arbar and end up losing 1-2 slightly.
I think you're right, but I think Arbar might stop this time round, but he needs to be careful as we come up towards the chicane. Don't run into the back of them. No, he's carrying on. He's going again. Arbar's definitely one-stopping from now.
He's either one-stopping or he's very determined to get this position back.
Yeah, he has to be one-stopping now. Baker's in on the soft tyre as well. Let's see what he goes to. Wing change for the Williams, and he's going on to mediums, so he's 2-stopping.
And I think that's the wrong strategy call, personally. I think you're right. Any pit stops off from the soft tyre now.
The thing is, the soft tyre, if you're going to 2-stop, you can only go to lap 6, so that's just losing too much time. Dominic says 2 in the Wall of Champions before the end of the race.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, it wouldn't me either. Juventus now closing in on the back of Stonewall Seth. Seth on some knackered looking soft tyres, 8 laps old.
Oh, that go look awful.
And look at the difference there, coming through the hairpin.
Bar is in, Alp in.
That's an early stop from Alp.
No wing
And
damage
there's an end plate just flowing off down the straight. I'm not sure who that belongs to. I wonder if that's someone who's in the pit. DTN has retired. In the pit lane, I think.
And that end plate did look like it was fluorescent blue.
It very well may have been. Let's jump across to Jay and see if we can spot them.
Nah, he's missed it now, I think.
Yeah, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. He's retired. Okay, so the guys that stopped: Stonewall Seth onto hard tyres, Alp onto hard tyres. That is an early stop for someone starting on the mediums.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe he thinks he can just get it back up there. And
yeah, but he's gained no advantage by starting on the mediums though, going that short.
Yeah.
Especially with the start he had.
Could have done that on the soft, so.
Yeah, I think that could backfire on him. Meanwhile, Mitch is closed back up to the gearbox of Fenrique. These two have been holding station really for the majority of this race. Big gap behind them to Perry in third.
I don't think you've noticed Bar 2 stopping.
Yes, he is. And that again could be an issue because he's gone too long.
It's another wrong strategy call.
He's gone too long, hasn't he? Yeah. Forza Fredo and Stonewall Seth battling, and Fredo takes the position from his compatriot. Let's have a look. Bodard, our Australian, the one man not from the America's continents in this league. Having a quiet one, sat in P6 at the moment, closing in on the undercut. We'll have a DRS advantage.
Oh, Mitch has to avoid Fenrique as he comes in.
So Mitch going for the undercut on Fenrique. Let's see, is he going for a 2 or is it 1?
Hard tyres.
Hard tyres for the Ferrari. He's going for the 1 stop. I was worried then for the glitch in the pits. Big Slater is in as well. What's he going for?
No, it's
another set of mediums. 2 stopping for Slater. Medium, soft maybe.
It looked like they had hard tyres out in the pit lane, and it seems to be the new 2020 compound has come out again.
The magic tyres.
Yep.
Crucially though, Mitch has managed to get out in front of his teammate. Raidcon,
and he's got a blocker in Raidcon.
Yeah, Raidcon having started at the back. I think I'm right in saying he started at the back. Yeah, started at the very back of the field. Currently in P6 and not running out of position necessarily. I mean, if we look at the gap to the leaders, currently Mitch 16.6 behind Fenrique, who I'm assuming is carrying on.
Yes, he's going down the back straight. I'll be pit straight now, sorry.
Perry is in though, he's reacted to Mitch.
Mediums going on.
Mediums for Perry, 2 stop for the Red Bull.
And Mitch passes him, but Perry might get him back.
He may do. There's a lot of cars in front of Perry. I don't know who he's going to fall behind. He could be behind all of these. Indeed he is, he's behind Alp.
He is. What a good call from Alp.
If you say that, and then if we look at the deltas, look at the gap between Perry and Mitch. That's the gap they had, albeit bar a 10th or so.
Bob Hodd's gone off, and I think he might have to give a position back to the undercut.
I think he's going to, though. They're fighting still into the hairpin. The undercut's going to come back down the inside of him.
Didn't go through the bollard. So...
if you caught that, we'll have a look at it. Who's got DRS? The undercut has the DRS. We'll go around the outside of him, and it should be an easy move for the Williams. Indeed it is. The Toro Rosso slots in behind.
Rightful order has been restored.
Yeah, I don't think there was much.
Fenrique in for hards.
Fenrique's in for hard tyres. So where's Mitch? Just coming across the line now. What about Fenrique?
Fenrique's out.
Just launched the pit limiter. Where's Mitch? Undercut successful from Mitch. He takes the lead of the race. Oh, well, the net lead anyway. Bodhard and the undercut still to pit. Fenrique drops behind.
Great call from Mitch.
It is 2 laps on those tyres.
Very strong round here. He's pulled off successfully.
Certainly has. Managed to get himself out ahead of Raidcon, crucially, and his teammate. Jay speeding in the pit lane for his next set of tyres, which I'm assuming will be hards from this point. DK is in as well. I wonder if those two are coming together. Both of them onto hard tyres. I should see them
both
through.
Them serving penalties, or both getting wing changes even. So, and Bodhard in, undercut in. Mitch takes the lead. Bodhard speeds as well. So
Mitch will take the lead. Bodhard will have sped with the overspeed there. With the DRS assistance. 2 pit crews next to one another. Oh, and the undercut gets held by Bodhard coming out behind him, and he's going to have lost time.
Unfortunate, but his teammates. Is his teammate going to get past? No.
No, he
so
keeps.
He manages to stay in front of Baker.
Okay then, so I think I'm right in saying that everyone has stopped now, apart from Raidcon, who is continuing.
I'll be really annoyed if my audio hasn't been shared. Oh, it has. Wonderful.
Oh, you better have done that. I would be livid. The undercut and Bodhard still fighting though, coming out of the pits. The undercut's had a much better start to his outlap than the Australian. Forza Fredo's in.
I'm going to trust the graphic and say that the undercut's tyres are lying to me.
They are. The graphic is always the way to go. Raidcon has lost a place to Big Slater, and Raidcon's coming in. Good stint from Raidcon. Now I wouldn't be surprised if he's not two-stopping here. This could be another set of softs. Is he going for hard tyres? No, hard tyres. And a wing change for the McLaren. That might be why, I suppose. If he's going for a wing change, you might as well go for a one-stop. Minimise the time you lose.
I hate that glitch.
Trust the graphic, mate. Always go for the graphic. It's your best bet. Meanwhile, up front, Fenrique all over the back of Mitch. And Perry's managed to get past Arbar. We won't cut to that one just yet, because I think we could see a change of leadership here. And we've got Jay and DK ahead of us as well. DK going for a move on the racing point. Has he got the speed in a straight line? Just about fighting into the chicane. Big spin at the front. And they're going to have to wait because the leaders are coming through.
And crucially, Mitch has managed to hold it. The yellow flags may be helping him a little.
I think you're right.
And DK makes his way into the pits.
I think we'll allow that. We'll allow that one. And he's retired anyway. So. Yeah, he didn't have to come back across the track to get back in, so.
Yeah. I'd have said that was fair anyway. He was spinning it round, he had a chance to go in and took it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Sticking to the rules is what we like to see.
It certainly is. And Juventus getting a bit of a train behind him now. Was that Alp in the wall? Or is that me just lagging a little bit? I think it's me lagging.
In the wall. Yeah, I think it's you lagging.
Yeah, apologies anybody if there is any lag going on with some of these drivers. It's because I'm in the UK and they're all on a US based server.
And Fenrique is no closer than he was last lap. And there's a bit of a racing point front wing out on the track, down the back straight.
Oh, we've got Perry going for a move on Juventus. That's not going to end well. Juventus in the Wall of Champions. And that could be a safety car.
Well, you'd hope so, but never know with this game. Oh, he is right in the middle of the track.
Yeah, that should be a safety car, but it won't be. And then someone will retire in the pit lane and we'll get one. Really unlucky for Juventus, battling with Perry through the final chicane. That could come back to bite the American, but we'll find out in due course.
And I believe Perry could still have a penalty coming his way. Depending on how you boys view his move on, I think it was Barford.
Well, we'll see how we go. He's looking for a move past Arbar at the minute.
And I think DRS assisted. This is going to be an easy move.
And I've just we've lost a viewer. Is that Dominic that's gone?
I think Dom's just gone. I was about to apologise to him as well.
Fenrique. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Fenrique even has just picked up 3-second penalty as he's battling Mitch for the lead.
He did get past Mitch at one point.
Yeah, and the Ferrari man has kept it for the time being. But that Mercedes is all over the gearbox. Little clip of the wall from Fenrique, no damage though. DRS opens. These two though are in a different league, I think, tonight. It's all Grugrux King and Raycon swap positions. Perry's made it past Arbar. He'll now be looking for a move on Alp. I think he's just going to be a little bit too far back to have a go this time round. Fenrique though, making Mitch go defensive into the chicane, and Fenrique's forced to cut it. Oh, Fenrique's
in the wall. And there goes what was shaping up to be
a great
result. A great result for Mercedes as well.
Well, he could still get one. He can stop for mediums from here and he'll make it to the end.
He is going to lose so much time on this in-lap though.
Well, yeah, but they had enough time.
Through.
Yeah, and he will do, and he'll hold Perry up as well. I mean, they had a lot of time, the two leaders anyway. And I think the main issue he had was that there's still a little piece of barrier protruding from when Juventus went into the Wall of Champions.
Oh, Cookie! Oh no! I just remembered Cookie's league race in Canada. Coming around that last corner and the piece of wall was on the racing line. I think it's happened again.
Yeah, and Perry's down the inside of Fenrique now. He'll fight it, but I don't think
Fenrique's got DRS.
So Perry. They're going to have to be careful here because Perry's going to be carrying on and Fenrique's coming in at the pits. There we go. We knew it was coming. Perry's round.
And hitting the wall.
I think he's alright though, no damage I don't think.
It's the rear tyres. Rear wheels hit the wall.
Yep, and Fenrique's in.
Spun round by Fenrique.
We've not seen anyone do it so far this week yet in an actual race, so that's the first.
And I think maybe Fenrique a bit too aggressive going into the pits there.
Can't say for sure. The thing is, it's not a particularly safe pit entry. Because the braking point for stopping for the pits is after that, of which you brake from the normal corner.
And crucially, I think for Perry, no damage on the front wing.
Yeah, it's just going to be... His tyres are going to be cooked.
The tyres are gone, yeah. It was a spin. And it was a bad one. And I think if that happened in real F1, we would have seen a crushed rear wing.
Oh, we'd have seen him straight into the wall. It would have been absolute carnage. I mean, both guys would have been out, but thankfully, the magic of video games, he can carry on. I know he's not going to be happy with where he is, but it's better than being out.
It is, it is. And Baker in for another stop, so it'll be another set of mediums for the Williams.
What did he start? He started on softs, didn't he?
I believe so. And it is mediums.
Yeah, mediums are getting ready with the mechanics, and the graphic says mediums. And another wing for Baker as well.
His teammate gets back pass. I'm not quite sure what Jay's playing at. But Baker just has to go straight through him, so...
Oh, he's ghosting because he's being lapped, but...
No, I know, but... He was slow at coming out of the pit lane. I just wonder maybe...
He's
maybe
driving
he's trying
around.
to take the pit limiter off. Fredo's got more wing damage. He's missing his right hand plate.
Jay's just tried to crash on purpose there. I was riding on board.
Oh, what a stupid move. What an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
And he's retired on track.
So that'll be a race ban? Maybe?
Certainly, yeah, no, it will be.
And the penalty point.
Yeah, was it Jay in qualifying as well who reversed into the pit lane? I think it was, wasn't it?
It was Jay who reversed into the pit lane.
Yeah, so that'll be some big penalties coming his way. If you're having a bad race, fair enough, leave if you want, but make sure you do it properly. Retire in the pits. If he'd retired there, we could have had a safety car out. Mitch would have lost his advantage. That he's worked so hard to build up, although Alp is starting to dismantle that on all the tyres as well.
And I think I'm allowed to call him an idiot.
You are.
Because he was acting like one. And that's how it's been all season, I think, with Jay.
Yeah, I mean we've
just not had good results, and he's been acting like a prat. So
yeah, and we've removed people recently. Arbar coming into the pits.
We'll be going for another set of mediums then.
I'm not so sure. I think this could be softs. It is softs.
It is soft. Try to make the soft medium soft work.
I had the 2021 tyre there. They were orange.
Oh, that was very interesting.
And Arbar crucially gets out ahead of Fenrique, so he'll be at least holding that position. He's got 10 seconds ahead of him, well, 9.5 seconds even to get to Perry.
Am I right in saying the old hard tyres were orange?
Yeah, 2 years ago they were.
And then the super hards, when they introduced those and never used them, they were orange. That was last year.
Yeah, were they orange or were they blue?
No, the hards were blue.
Yeah, and that was
the hards were darker blue.
And
then the wets were sort of a bit of a light blue.
We could see a move from the undercut on Raidcon coming up. Fresh mediums on the Williams. It should be a simple one.
To do a plug, Dan.
Go on, plug away.
So, Destiny 8135 has asked if he can join the league. There's the link you need, mate. If you wanna, I believe you can contact admins also if Dan wants to throw some names out.
You can do, yeah. There will be the Stream Elements bot will have posted in the chat already the names of the stewards you need to get in touch with. I'm one of them, as it turns out, but you certainly can join. The more the merrier. At the minute, our we've got European leagues. We've got 3.
He said he's from Manchester, so I'd assume he'd be.
Oh no, not another one from Lancashire. Oh.
Kick Roser out, give him a cookie.
bloody red rosed nonsense.
Can't say that on stream.
Of course I can. He's from Lancashire.
This is true.
I'm joking, of course, mate. You are more than welcome. We've got 3 European tiers. They race on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, respectively. If you are interested in joining one of those, it's 10 PM in the UK, and we'll get you sorted with a pace test. Put you in the right tier as soon as a seat becomes available, if there isn't one already.
And Fenrique in the wall.
Nice from Bolton, that'll do. Fenrique's in the wall again.
Yeah, no damage on it though.
Okay.
Just a clip of the wall.
He's keeping up with Arbar's losing ground. It's Fenrique all over the back of it, and this is what I mean. Fenrique and Mitch are the quickest men out there at the moment. Or saying that, look at the other Mercedes of Apple.
To Mitch's advantage. Mitch had a second. 1.6 seconds.
He had more than that. He had nearly 5.
What's happened? I mean,
I don't know, but
he's looking good for the podium.
I mean, Mitch is getting second place here unless he crashes.
Isn't likely because he's very consistent.
He is. He's not getting enough penalties to drop in behind Slater, but he's going to have his work cut out to keep Alp behind him. Actually, can you have a look at the penalties?
He doesn't need to keep Alp behind him.
How many penalties are we looking at?
Mitch is looking at non-Alp is a penalty and 2 warnings.
Okay, penalty and 2 warnings.
3 warnings, but no penalty.
One will be for contact then. It'll be with Fenrique at that chicane.
Very possibly.
The Williams have performed a multi 2-1. Yeah, Destiny, if you send me a message on PSN, my ID is X427, lowercase x, and then numbers 4, 2 and 7. If you send me a message with your PSN ID, thank you, Blades. I'll get you sorted out as soon as we can do, mate. It'd be great to have you on board.
I know you said streaming at these times isn't beneficial.
Yeah, Perry's got himself past Blank. Blank, meanwhile, P7 at the minute, running well.
Alp's going to go for a move.
Oh,
he had a little look.
He had one.
He certainly had a look up the inside of Mitch.
He certainly did, and he's going to be all over the back of the Ferrari again. Big Slater in the pits.
Yeah, he's putting on softs. He's reaching the end of the effective life of the medium, so I think that's a smart call from Slater.
It's going to drop behind Blank and Perry.
No, just Perry.
Just Perry.
Just to keep it from Blank.
Fair play.
And kept his wheels over the line.
And Destiny, if you're still here, I've got your message. I will drop you on once the stream is finished. And this could be it from Alp. He's going for the inside of the chicane. Mitch holds his line around the outside. He's going to try and hold position. Gets a time penalty for his trouble. Yeah, Mitch gets a time penalty for his trouble. But he might come back into turn 1. No, he's going to have to drop into second place.
Alp just needs to make one mistake though. One more warning. And this all plays into Mitch's hands.
You say that, but the pace that Alp had before he got past Mitch to catch him. Sector 1 yellow flags.
Fenrique. I'm not sure what he's doing there. He was in the middle of the track.
I think he must have spun at turn 1 then.
And Perry gets past as well, so
yeah.
Perry and Arbar battling for the last spot on the podium.
Slater as well, let's not count him out.
Yeah. I hadn't noticed Slater was that close, but
he's straight through. Yeah, Fenrique must have spun. He had such issues with traction there. those rear tyres will be cooked.
And it's showing me his rear wing because the DRS is open, but I don't care, I want to see his front wing.
Fenrico's, he's all good, I think, for, no wing damage.
He is. And it's going to be a three-way battle for P3.
It certainly is. Perry has it at the moment, but Arbar will be looking to make that his own at his home Grand Prix.
And I think if anyone's going to get it, if anyone's going to manage to overtake Perry, it's going to be Slater.
What are we looking
the
at?
Youngest tyres.
Yeah, what are we looking at for penalties with these three?
Perry, 2 penalties, no warnings. Arbar, 2 penalties, no warnings. Slater, 2 warnings.
So Slater at the minute has it, by a large amount then, does he? Two penalties even. Big Slater looking for his first podium finish in Contest of Speed, and he's going the right way about it at the moment. Blank gets ahead of Stonewall Seth. Past the wall of champions. Mitch dropping away from Alp, but just holding DRS range on the Mercedes to claw his way back.
And crucially, maybe Arbar under fuel, so Slater might get past him if he's going to have to run in lead.
Arbar's been running. Arbar often runs under fuel, to be fair.
I don't do this every week.
Yeah, he often runs under fuel. He does in Tier 2 as well. Sector 3 yellows.
Another warning. And I think that was Fredo just getting out of the way.
Yeah, could have been.
And Arbar just picked up another warning. It's almost definite there was a massive cut on that last chicane.
Mitch is really struggling on these hard tyres. He's pushing hard to try and stay in DRS range, but I don't think he's going to have it. And if he doesn't, that's going to be it. I think that's his chances at winning this race gone, and I think it's going to be down to penalties. We're going to have 4 laps to go when we cross the line, and it's the Mercedes of Alp who leads the way through. Mitch close behind, but not close enough.
And I know, and Arbar's made a mistake, and Slater's going to try and slip up the inside. Nothing doing for the Irishman.
Here we go. He's going to have a look. Arbar goes defensive. Slater will have to stay put. Maybe he can get a slingshot. Oh no, penalty for Slater.
You see, that's fine. He just needs to stay within 3 seconds of Perry now.
Yeah, and he's got the slingshot through past Arbar, so now he can hunt down the Red Bull. And the undercut and Baker having a good fight between the two of themselves for P7 and P8. Mitch, look, out of DRS range now, has dropped half a second to Alp this time around.
Oh no, I should have dropped the Discord link.
No, it's fine. I need to do a pace test first anyway.
Good point.
Because if he's Tier 1 pace, he can go straight in.
This is a good point.
And
Slater now pushing the back of Perry.
It certainly is.
We'll have DRS.
Perry will not. Who's got the best straight line speed? Slater using this as an opportunity to recharge his battery after getting ahead of Arbar, so good call from him. Arbar not got DRS behind, so no pressure there. Slater in control at this point in time. He doesn't need to get ahead, and he'll know that. It's always nice though, isn't it? You always want to finish ahead on track if you can.
Yeah. And 3 laps to go across the line.
And Mitch
Slater
now
just needs to hold it with Perry's tyres aging.
Mitch now 2 seconds back from Alp in P2. The Turk pulling away rapidly. Can we have a look at the penalties between these two? Oh no, Mitch has got 1 now. Is Alp still only on 1?
Alp is 2 warnings still away from his second. Oh well. He's got 2 warnings towards his second penalty, and Slater has to brake in the middle of the straight there to avoid Perry.
Yeah, I think this could be it for Slater. He's right on the back of the Red Bull. The tyres on Perry's car looking like they're at the end of their life. Slater's still got a couple more in his. He pulls out to the left. DRS is open. Takes P3.
Now then, Slater. No wall of champions, my friend.
And
there will be some emotion if he gets P3.
there will. Perry will be livid. Having that crash with Fenrique earlier on has almost certainly cost him a podium, but sometimes that's racing. You just got to go with it. Mitch now outside of a penalty distance. It's now become damage limitation.
Tyres. Just looks like
he's looking imperious on the hard tyre.
It's a dominant race, and it may put Mercedes back in the lead of the championship.
I think it might, as he comes around to start his final lap. 3.4 now the gap to Mitch. This could all change.
It could.
If you want to get your votes for driver of the day into the chat, everybody, let's have a look. Also waiting for them to go around at the position changes. So Raidcon up 10 places to get himself some points, it looks like. Alps gained 3. The big losers, of course, Juventus, who's been forced to retire in his clash with Perry earlier on at the Wall of Champions.
And I think there may be some incidents being sent in about Perry today.
I think you're right. There's not been many from Tiers 2 and 1. Tier 3 there was a lot. There was a lot from Tier 3.
Yeah. As normal.
I mean, yeah, I know normally there's a fair few from Tier 3, but there's 15. 15
Jesus.
separate incidents. And who's that round? That's Arbar. What's happened to Arbar? Arbar's in the wall, no!
And I think you might want to switch to Alp.
Yeah, as he comes towards the end of the race to cross the line and take the win of the Canadian Grand Prix. Mitch, a valiant effort, comes home second, but just didn't have the outright pace on the hard tyre. And it's going to be Slater at the minute. Perry's looking for the move at the death, but he's not going to be close enough to the racing point as he pins the throttle for the line. ERS to overtake. Perry's going for it, but Slater gets it. Perry in P4. Baker jumps up to P5. That's his best finish of the season. Fenrique P6. The undercut P7. Arbar will come home P8. With what should have been P5. Raidcon, great recovery drive from him to get P9 and 2 points. And Bodhard gets himself a point for 10th, but loses out to Blank on penalties.
Welcome back, Blank.
Oh, who loses out to Wing It? And Grugrox King gets a point in the Haas.
Get in there, Grugrox King. Doing it for Haas. That's what we like to see.
Okay.
So what's the podium? Is it Fenrique? No, it's Alp, Mitch and...
Alp, Mitch and Big Slater.
And I believe I have all of those on my friends list.
Get him in here and we'll have Blank as well, since it's his return race. We'll have a word.
On the podium on Tuesday night? Monday night? I don't know when it was.
Wednesday night.
It was Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And who is it? It's Mitch, isn't it?
Yep, we've got Hop, Mitch,
Blank,
Slater and Blank. So there we have it.
I think I'm going to give my driver of the day to Slater.
I think so as well. Best performance of the season.
Best performance of the season by far. He's had a rough start, so I think he deserves that.
Yep, I agree with you. Nobody gets the two spell award.
Everyone had a penalty.
Apart from DTN, as it turns out, but he DNF'd, so he can't have it.
Well, that is an impressive performance for everyone.
Certainly is. Well done to everybody. We'll get these guys in and have a chat with them. And before we do that, I'm going to run an ad quick, just so you don't have to watch a blue screen of me inviting people to the party. So we'll see you in 60 seconds, everybody. See, I've started that now, but there is every possibility that people can still hear me.
Hello, you industrious little fellows. Yeah, they can. I'm seeing the blue screen.
Oh, for goodness sake. What's the point in having the option to run an ad if it doesn't work?
Do you know what, Dan?
Hmm.
I don't think this has ever happened before on the COS channel.
What's that?
Hello.
Mr. Slater. Welcome to the podium.
It's a nice place to be, isn't it?
Mate.
Need a bit of bog roll at the end of that race there. Shit myself.
Language.
Sorry, my language.
You're Irish, mate, you get away with it.
Alright, welcome everybody. If we can just make sure in the party settings that your audio is set to be shared. Otherwise, the lovely people at home won't be able to hear a word you say, and it'll be me talking one way.
Dan, mate, I think you should look in the chat in about a minute.
And why is that?
Something's going to happen. It's never happened before on the COS channel.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I'm going to do something.
Oh, hell's the teeth.
Just let my transaction be processed.
Oh, are you subscribing?
I've already subscribed, mate. This is something new.
You donating?
Not quite, not necessarily.
We'll wait and see what you do. So, I think that's everybody here. Pure. Oh! 50 bits from Pure Blades, thank you.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
What?
Do you know something, Dan?
Well, I will if you tell me.
You can have the other 50 as well.
Oh, look at that. Good man. Good man. 100 bits. The first ones we've ever had. Hopefully the first of many. So, moving on then to the drivers who've joined us and are sat there listening and thinking, what the hell are these two doing? We'll start off with Slater P3, your best finishing contest of speed so far. Just talk us through your race. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was good. I think just had to stay out of trouble. That's really it.
Yeah.
I think I seen the lads. I pitted on lap 11, and then I came back out, and then don't know what happened. Then I think I seen cars and barriers while the champions, and didn't know what was going on.
Well, so we were keeping a close eye towards the end. We saw you didn't have any penalties with about 6-7 laps to go, and it was between yourself, Perry, and Arbar, I think, wasn't it, for third?
Yeah, I seen them go in, but they came in the softs way too early, I thought. Near the end.
Yeah, I think so. Perry's hand was forced, I think, a little bit because he had a tangle with Fenrique a little bit earlier on, but he kept you honest to the end, though, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. His pace was quicker than mine at the first stint.
I think the gap was only 0.041 as you come across the line, and you had him on penalties, so...
It's like Hamilton and Gasly, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was a great race to watch, actually, with you three, especially towards the end, because the leadership battle sort of tailed off towards the end after a really good start, but you guys kept us all entertained.
Yeah, and I just want to say congrats to Al and Mitch, fair play.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man, also, Slater, you got voted driver of the day as well by all the guys in the chat, so well done for that one.
Thanks very much.
So, moving on then, P2. Mitchell.
Hello.
What happened?
I'm slow on the hard tire at this track, real bad, real slow.
Yeah, I
Real
mean,
slow. Real slow. Like 7/10 slower than Alp slow.
I mean, Alp's
Yeah.
not slow in his own right, so
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
I
He's very quick anyway, so
don't have the pace on the hard tire. I really, I contemplated doing a two-stop, but I mean, being P1 at the beginning, it kind of forces your hand to just do the one stop because you're just not going to get away fast enough. I don't think. Maybe I don't think so. I mean, it wouldn't make that much of a difference, but yeah, just didn't have the pace on hard tire. I knew it was an issue. It's been an issue all week, but I'll take the P2. Yeah, I'll take that. Never played Alp though. I mean, he was quick, and I was trying to play the penalty game, try to keep him held up behind me, make a mistake or something, pick up another penalty, and in doing so, I forced myself to take a penalty, and then he got by, and then there was just no chance. And then I knocked my own wing, so it was all over after that. Typical Ferrari, just fall apart.
Yeah, we saw you battling with Enrique as well early on. The two of you seemed like you on the first stint at least. You two were in a league of your own in terms of pace. Was that just the pair of you pushing each other, or was it just genuinely that you had that much pace?
I don't think I wasn't pushing that hard. Like at the start, he got me on the inside, so just let him take it into 3 and 4, I guess, that little chicane down the hill. I got the Vettel corner. I just let him through, and then he kept the pace up, and I just kind of hung out, and we were pulling away. And then, as a second stint, he went for a move around the outside into Wall of Champions. We didn't make any contact on my screen. I don't know what happened, if he lost on the curb. But actually, no, I looked behind me, and he was sideways, so I'm not quite sure what happened to him after that.
Yeah, he got some quite bad wing damage as he came back across the track into the pit wall. And then, of course, had to stop. Yeah.
On the Wall Champion. Okay.
Yeah. Then had to come into the pits, of course, ran into the back of Perry on the pit entry.
It's the first one this week. That's kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it was going to happen at some point.
I mean, we even said beforehand, didn't we? We said he needs to be careful of Perry here, and then straight into the back of him. So he sort of fell away at that point, although he did still have pace, and he would have been in the battle for P3 as well had he not spun at turn 1 later on as well. So not the best day at the office.
We had a good little battle. All the practicing I did this week, it's not really worth trying to make a move down around the outside of Wall of Champions. There's just not enough space on corner entry. Don't think it's worth it, and that's the kind of fortunate risk that you take when it happens.
Yeah, it's a shame. And then there was, of course, Juventus as well. Your teammate, he went out at the Wall of Champions.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, you side by side with Perry through there. Although I hope he's listening, or that if he watches this back, because I'm going to compare him to Michael Schumacher. He crashed at the Wall of Champions the year before he won his first title. So I'm going to put that. Yeah, I'm going to put that out there for next season for Juventus.
Big shoes to fill.
It's a big claim as well. I need him to do well now, or I'm going to look an idiot. So I've completely lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you something then about that. That was it. Yeah. Was there any strategy between you two before the race that you had planned, or was it just go for it? And then, if there was some, did that obviously him going out? Did they knacker it?
My plan was never one stop. I never even wanted to be on that white wall tire, just because I know how slow I was on it. But being where I was, it forced my hand to just go for the one stop.
Yeah.
He was gonna originally one stop, and because of where he qualified, he decided to go for a two stop. But no real strategy after that because the rain qualifying kind of messed everything up. But I mean, I got my first pole today. I shouldn't be so down about how bad I was.
Is that your first pole position?
It is.
So I thought you'd had one before now.
No, the best I've ever done before today was P2.
Who took pole in round 2?
I don't remember what round 2 was.
France.
Yeah, me too.
France, definitely not me.
Yeah, not me too.
Might have been Juventus, was it?
I don't remember.
I shall have a look.
You crack on and have a
It
look.
was 50k, I think, on the softs.
Yeah.
Then all the lag thing happened. Anyway.
Yeah. So, are you happy with second? If you've been told beforehand, P2?
Yeah, I'll take P2. I mean, obviously I want to win, but the strategy just, it wasn't going to work in my favor, being the fact that I had to use the hard tire. It just, yesterday's race in Tier 1 went out. Even though I was really far behind because of an incident on lap 1, I was behind Alp, and he was on the hard tire, I was on the hard tire for the same amount of time, and again, same thing, 6 to 7 tenths quicker than me a lap on that tire, so obviously it's something that I'll have to rectify before we come back to Canada again next year.
Yeah. And then of course, you've got a break now for Thanksgiving as well, haven't you? Missing the US Grand Prix next week. Or are we just delaying
Maybe,
it?
possibly. We may race that Friday. I want to leave it up to the drivers. I've only gotten a response, so if any of the drivers do listen and watch this back, please PM me, DM me, put in the chat something. Like, I've only got responses from, I think, about 10 guys.
Well, if you want to do it on a Saturday, mate, it's probably better for me and Dan. So, more than welcome.
No, it makes no difference to me, but
Well, better for me.
yeah.
It'll either be ran next Friday night, or it'll be ran at the end of the season.
Fair enough, but either way, we'll look forward to seeing you next time round.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully we get a good
Congrats
race.
to Slater on his first podium, and congrats to Alp as well for another victory.
Thanks, congrats to you too.
Right then, finally on to P1 Alp. That was a really weird race to watch from our point of view for you. Like, you started off and it looked like you had no pace on the mediums whatsoever.
Okay, so up until the point Juventus crashed, I performed horribly, worst I've done all season. In qualifying too, because I saw that the dry tires were fast right at the end, but I missed the fight by 10-15 seconds. Which was
We were watching it. We thought the glitch was happening, and you might have had the time to get back round.
it had good grip, and at the start it wasn't bad initially, but I tried a really ambitious move, down the inside of Arbor and sort of got stuck on the curb, which meant that Slater passed me, and then everyone kept on passing me because when they passed me, I was in the bad position, and they just got the line on me, and I was P8, P9 by the end of lap 1. Then I just got stuck behind cars who were not on the same race as me, basically, because they were on a 2-slope.
I said, you could have stayed back there.
Yeah. I didn't understand, sorry. Yeah.
I was just saying, you could have stayed back there so you didn't have to come chase me down. But
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it was you talking. I thought it was someone else.
Oh,
Lazy.
no, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we did invite Blank, but he didn't turn up. So.
Yeah. Then I pitted early because I was just stuck. I wanted to get clean air, and on the lap I pitted. Arbor also pitted, so I was still stuck behind them. So that was quite annoying. Up until the point where the crash happened for Juventus, I didn't think I was going to be anywhere near the win, but that caused chaos, and I was able to get 3 of them at once. Then lap 8 it had an issue. I don't know what happened, but yeah, after that it was just a battle between me and Mitch, and I was able to hunt him down and win the race. But it was actually quite scary on the last lap because I lost fifth gear. And yeah,
No.
my gear at the fifth. It was 75%. I was pushing hard that I flat my gearbox basically.
Oh wow.
Wow, yeah. I think I've
Never seen that before.
I've never seen that in a league race
Once at
before.
Austria. That's the only time. It's very rare, but I've had it happen one time ever in a race online.
Oh, fair
Yeah,
play. So
Also shout out to Matrix who said in the chat that he could like make the hearts last to the end from lap 6. And because of that I knew I could last the hearts from pitting that early. So
Oh, my own
thanks to him.
teammate threw me.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You'll be having words. Mitch and Matrix are going to be having wars.
you need to have some. You do need to have a word with him.
I think that'll be on the undercard of KSI Logan 3.
Mitch versus Matrix.
Yeah. For giving away
Good thing I'm
strategical secrets.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, so that would go over really bad for me.
So just get your bionic ankle out, give him a good kick.
Give it some hyper power.
Yeah. So anyway, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Alp, on your win. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Whether it be Kota or what's the race after Kota? Does anyone know? I should know, but
Germany.
It's a one race at a time season.
yeah,
It's
Germany
And
after
then
that.
Austria,
So,
I
yeah.
believe.
No, then Singapore.
And then Austria.
Yep. So whether we see you
retains
guys,
its normal place on the calendar.
it does, yeah. So whether we see you guys at the USA at Kota or in Germany, we look forward to seeing you all again. Hopefully up on the podium. So the only thing that remains for me to do is round off tonight's stream. Thank you all at home for joining us. Thank you three for coming and joining for some interviews. Congratulations again on your results.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you, Blades, for joining me in the what has now affectionately become known as the commentary graveyard shift for the
Going
UK
back to
guys.
bed.
Yeah, you go back to bed. You got to be up for college in the morning.
Yeah, but not for any lessons.
You don't say that. You make people feel guilty.
I've got a thing that's happening. That's worse.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know whatever it is you're doing.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah. Finally, thank you all again for joining us at home. Like I said, if you are interested in driving for us, we found one guy tonight who's interested in driving, and he's going to be doing a pace test this Saturday. If anyone else is here listening or watching when this goes live on YouTube later on, and you're interested, get in touch with us. Head over to our website, www.contestofspeed.com, and register your interest there. You don't have to be a driver either if you want to be involved. We're looking for streamers, video and photo editors, so make sure you get in touch. I'll stop rabbiting on, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you all again. Good night.